And not everywhere now. Everywhere you see joint, and they are dragging you here and there. That person you're going out with, does he have any plan to marry you? That person that is sleeping with you and giving you things to eat, is it just what is the future? What future do you have with the person? Some of them don't even have any savings account. They pregnant you, they dump you. You eat anything, after eating the next day it's gone out. Food for the belly for the food, both for destruction. So make sure that you're a critical and you're a strategic thinker. When you think, you win. When you don't think, you stink. That's how to be productive. It's when you are before God in the morning time in devotion, and when you ask God like David, Lord, what do you want me to do? Shall I pursue? Shall I overtake? When you begin to ask questions inside, you see God begins to govern your life. You are not under any pressure. You are not under any disillusion, and nobody confuse or confound you. Today we have a lot of silly girls and silly women, small boys that doesn't have anything, will tell you just story, and the next day your legs are open upon the bed, and next time you have an infirmity, you have disease, you have HIV, and you're crying and you're running from one hospital to another, and they are using you like a guinea pig for experiment, and very soon you die. And the next again, please learn to maximize yourself and opportunity. A lot of people, somebody trusted you and gave you a job, gave you money. He still have good job to give to you. You defrauded him. You were dishonest. You take away the trust. Many mechanic, many tellers, only handwork people today. That's why if you're a good man, you'll be having job. If you're a cheat, if you're a duper, a fraudster, nobody will give you, nobody commend or recommend you. And you're always 4 persons away from somebody that will give you good recommendation or connection. So you need connection, and what you do with one person can affect the next person. So make sure that's why character is built on a daily basis. Be your best, do your best. And we said it now, please maximize yourself and your opportunity. Don't sleep where you should be working. And when opportunity comes, show yourself, put your signature in whatever you do. Joseph was recommended while he was in prison, because in Potiphar's house he did good, in prison he was doing good. David was recommended, he was keeping the sheep and was playing harp, and when Saul got mad, somebody recommend. There is a cloud of witnesses. There are people that are watching over you, either to recommend you or to say that you're not a good man. That's why you're not getting what you ought to have, because people you don't even know are talking against you, and what they're saying is true. But also somebody that is good somewhere, somebody is saying this is a good man, and when you're recommended, you'll be recompensed. So make sure every day you are not under pressure. You're working under God, for God sees. When I come back again to do dialysis, we continue with this program. Don't go away. Welcome back to D&D Diagnosis and Dialysis. In case you're just joining us, I'm your host Emmanuel Chukukadibi Ifadike. Today I'm talking about productive, effective, impactful, or progressive living. How you can be productive, how you can be effective, how you can influence life, and how you can live a fulfilling life. We have listed a lot of things. Now we want to talk about a lot of people. They are very fickle and weak in mind. And your mind is the seat of your emotion, what controls the way you react to situation. And that's why a lot of people are very reactive. You're bearing malice, you're always complaining, you're murmuring, is because your mind is not well fertilized. And the only way to fertilize your mind is by reading the Word of God. When your mind is strong, you have what is called self-control and self-discipline, and you control your emotion. But today we have a lot of people that are photocopied. They just are like other persons. They will not define themselves. Why is it so? You see a lot of places, a lot of eatery. Somebody is wearing this kind of dress you're wearing, this kind of hairstyle, you're doing it. People are just following. Copycats, zombie mentality, that's what we call them. If somebody is doing something that is wrong, because this person you feel is superior to you, you follow the same pattern and you just do the same thing. Even when God in your heart is telling you, you go to church, don't do this, you refuse. Why? The days are perilous. So people, I read something for you in 2 Timothy chapter 3, very important. He said, know this also, that in the last days perilous times will come. Men shall be lovers of their own selves, selfishness and self-love. That's why a man can sit out not caring whether there is food in his house, and he's going out with young girls and he's drinking in one pub. The spirit of gluttony, the spirit of eating. You're eating chicken and suya with friends. You're eating ungwongwo, isiewu, but there is no food in your house, and your wife is crying, the children are crying, whereas you're a drunkard. You come back very weak. You derelict your parental responsibility, and that's why there is so much pain. It's self-love. You're wearing all kinds of dress, but your children are wearing rag. Some of them are driven at home because you can't pay school fees. They talk of money, you react very positively. Everywhere is noise in your house. You can't even maintain peace in your environment, and you said you're the head of the family. Yet you love yourself. You are involved in all kinds of club, all kinds of association, but your family responsibility as a man, you're failing. A lot of women also, all is selfishness, all is cosmetic and hypocritical dressing, window dressing inside your void, and that's why every dress you want to wear, you want to eat, you want to borrow trinket, you want to go to function, you keep running around, want people to applaud and validate you. It's because in your mind you're vain. The next again he says, lovers of their own self. A lot are covetous, you steal, you cheat. A lot of are boasters, they are proud. They are blasphemers, some are disobedient to parents. A lot of young girls and young men, you don't listen again to your father. You think you can make it, and as a result of that, you hit the rock like the prodigal son. You end up doing back yourself. Another, some are very unthankful, ungratefulness. Some are unholy. People don't think that it's possible to be holy. It's possible to be right with God. And when you don't have this strength in your mind, you become very weak. Let me just read 3 and stop. He says, some are without natural affection, truth breakers, false accusers. They accuse people, incontinent. They are fierce in business, anything. They are despisers of the things that are good. Some are traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of good. See this. A lot are having the form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away. A lot, every morning you go to church, but in your character, your bladderdash. Every morning when you talk, your words are very odious, very perverse, nothing good from your mouth, but yet you go to church. 12 o'clock, you pretend as if you're religious. Somebody deals with you, you cheat them. You go to native doctor, one leg in the church, another leg in native doctor. One leg in the church, you're looking for different things. It's wickedness. You can't control yourself. You become imitators and emulators. If you're a young person, that's why a lot of people go into all kinds of cult and fraternity, because they don't have self-control. They are not fulfilled. They are not rich in their spirit. They think that being a Christian is you can't make it, whereas God gives you sleep and give you sleep prosperity. That's why a lot of people are enjoying. So make sure you turn on to that. A lot of people don't have character. A lot of men are seedless men. A lot of women. Nobody can vouch for you. Nobody can say this is who you are. You don't have an identity. You don't have a uniform. People don't know your values. People don't know what you stand for. Your yes is not your yes. Your no is not your no. You stand before your children. You tell them lies. That's why today we have problem with a lot of young people, because parents who are model, parents who should be showing shining example, their character is terrible, so that their children even feel that they are better, and some of them learn from them. And then also, because if a child will be better than the father, they want to add more lies to the kind of life, more evil to the terrible things. Some don't teach their children nothing. That's why today we have incense. That's why today we have gay practices. That's why today we have homosexual. When you don't train your children at home, you don't take them, you don't teach, you don't read the Bible, they don't know value. As soon as they leave school, they are corrupted, they are influenced negatively. They cannot be resourceful, they cannot be productive. Some cannot stay alone. What about what the Bible says? A lot of people are lovers of pleasure instead of loving God. Go around every higher institution, you see. Go around in the villages, pub, beer parlor, beer, drinking. What is he saying? That men don't have strength in their power. They can't will. People like us, how can they live cigarette? How can they live wine? How can they live wheat, alcohol, control my life? It shows I'm a weak person. How can sex, running after another man's woman? I'm a man, I have will, I have strength in my mind, reading the Bible. It makes me to say, no, this is wrong, I can't do it. If you cannot control yourself over alcohol, over lust of the flesh, you are worldly. Friendship with the world is enmity with God. Lust of the eyes, pride of life, 1 John 2:15. If these things are driving your life, you destroy your future. And God cannot shield or protect you, because Bible says in Isaiah 59, God's hand is not short to save, nor his ear heavy to hear our prayer, but his eyes is so pure, he cannot behold iniquity, but sin has separated us. And that's why if you have iniquity, God is far from you. If you cover your sin, you don't confess and forsake it. In Proverbs 28 verse 13, Bible says, yeah, whosoever covereth his sin shall not prosper. Just ask God, and with God it's very easy. Just kneel down, tell him I cannot. It's not a question of going to churches. That's religion. You must have a personal relationship in your devotion, in your commitment. Tell him the way you are. Say, Lord, I have this fault. I'm a smoker, I'm a drinker, I'm a fornicator. I am also an adulterer. I can't help myself. Help me in this. And as soon as you begin to come to him, open yourself. He says, if you confess and forsake your sin, he's just and faithful to help us and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. With God, all things are possible. As soon as you come to him, he begins to give you things. Remember, he's the landlord of heaven and earth, and it pleases him to give to us all things that pertain to life and godliness. I beg of you, make sure you're productive, you're resourceful, make sure you're faithful and fruitful, make sure you live an impactful and progressive life. I meet you same time, same station. I've been and remain your host, Emmanuel Chukwu Kadibia Ifadike. God bless you and bless your family.